So you probably clicked on today's video because you either one, already sell your own digital products on a marketplace such as Etsy, but you're ready to move to your own online store, or you don't currently have any digital products to sell, but you're ready to start selling digital products, but you want to sell them in your own online store. And the place that you want to create your online store is with Shopify. Well, if that's you, then you're in the right place, because today I'm going to be sharing with you a step-by-step full-length tutorial on how you can get started selling digital products on your online store with Shopify. Hi, I'm Alicia, and here I like to share tips, tricks, and tutorials just like this one on how you can start making passive income selling digital products. So like I just mentioned, today I'm going to be running through a full tutorial. This is the step-by-step A to Z on how you can get started selling digital products on your own online store using Shopify. Now, before we go ahead and dive into today's tutorial, I just want to mention a few things before we get started. So before you get started, go ahead and check out the description box below. There's going to be a link where you can access a 14-day free trial with Shopify. So you can get started alongside me step by step today with a free trial. So you don't have to worry about paying anything for 14 days, which is kind of cool. Secondly, I have actually created a guidebook that goes along with this tutorial today. It's the Startup with Shopify guidebook, and it's the step-by-step. So each step that I'm going to be going through today is actually going to be listed out in this guidebook, so you can reference it as you're going along with this tutorial. So before you get started, just go ahead and click the link in the description box below, and it will take you to a place where you can download that guidebook. Okay, so I highly recommend going and grabbing that one. The third thing I want to mention is that if you don't have a digital product ready to sell, no problems. I actually reference a few resources, courses, tools that you can actually use to get started with your digital product. So that way you've got something that you can actually upload into your Shopify store. All of these resources are mentioned inside the guidebook that I've created, but I will also link them in the description box below too. Okay? And I guess the final thing I want to mention here is that this is a lengthy tutorial. It is literally the step-by-step from sign up to opening up your online store. So it's going to be a long video. So make sure you've got some water handy, a coffee, a tea, or even take breaks when you feel like you need to. I will also include timestamps to each different section within this tutorial. So if you feel like you want to jump to a certain section, you can do that just by clicking on those timestamps. Okay, so I guess that's all I needed to mention today. So let's go ahead on over to my computer now and we'll run through today's tutorial.
So the very first step you need to take in order to start this tutorial and work alongside with me is in the description box below. You're going to find a link to download the Startup with Shopify guidebook. Now, this is a guidebook that I have created to go along with this tutorial to help and make it easier for you to go step by step from creating your very first product if you need to then starting your brand new Shopify store, adding those products to your Shopify store, and then launching. So I'm just going to go over this guidebook with you now, and then we're going to use this in conjunction with my step-by-step tutorial. Okay, what I've done is I've created a fun little guidebook here. Now you can use this on your desktop, or I've also designed it so that you can use it on your iPad, similar to a digital planner. All you need to do is just go through this, and it's going to give you the step-by-step instructions. So here I've just got a home page. You can click on any of these tabs here to go to certain sections within this guidebook. You can also click here too. So the very first part 1, is all about creating your products. So first you want to decide what digital products you want to sell inside of your online store. From there, if you already have an Etsy shop, which some of you may already have, you can actually import your digital products directly from Etsy into your online store. So just think about that too, if that's something that you've already established, if you've already got digital products ready to go. Now, if you haven't yet created a digital product to sell, I actually have 4 recommendations or resources that you can check out to help you create digital products to sell online. Below here, I've got a few images, and these will link back to each one of these resources so you can find out more and learn more about what product might suit you when you want to start creating digital products. The very first one here is my own online course, the Passive Income with Canva course. This will teach you how to create Canva templates that you can sell online. So if Canva templates is what you're interested in, then perhaps you could check that out. If you would like to create digital planners, similar to what I've created here with this guidebook, then I would definitely recommend the Digital Planner Template Kit by Michelle and Amy. So just click on that one there to find out more. I've also recommended a product that's for people that are interested in creating planner printables specifically. This is the Editable Planner Template Bundle. And then here we've got, if you're interested in creating printables with different niches, different topics, different categories across the board and learn how to specifically make them, then I would highly recommend checking out the E-Printables course here. So that's if you haven't created a digital product as yet and you need some inspiration or a resource in order to get started. So there's that for you. Let's go ahead and head on down. So the second part of creating is you want to start getting everything ready before you open up your online store. So I would recommend creating a document, so like a Word doc or a Google Doc, and then doing the following. So write out a short but descriptive title for each of your products. You want to write out your product descriptions. You want to create 5 high quality images or mock-ups for each of your products. You want to set a price for each of your products. You want to think about what collection or category each one of your products might fall under. And you want to make sure you have your deliverables ready. So this is the actual product itself, so the digital product itself, and any other documents that you would like to go along with that. I will go through obviously all of this in more detail as the tutorial progresses. Here's just a little section where you can write your notes. Then we go on to part 2. So part 2 is where you'll sign up for your free 14-day trial of Shopify. You can do that by clicking here, or you can go ahead and click the link in the description box below. Then you want to start adding all of your products to your store. So all of that work that you did in the creation process is now where it's all going to come together. So this is where we're going to start uploading it into your Shopify store. You want to include the title, description, images, price, and any other details of each individual product that you upload into your store. You want to set up your collections. The next step is to go to the settings and select a paid plan, because without selecting a paid plan, you're not going to be able to access or promote your online store. So we'll go through that. You want to disable your password to access your online store, and then purchase a custom domain or connect your own domain to your Shopify store. So that way you're creating a professional branded experience for your customers. Again, we've got a section here where you can write some notes if you need to. And then we go into part 3. Part 3 is where we start to customize. So before you start customizing your online store, you want to think about your branding. Now, if you need help branding your online store, I have a product called the Canva Template Toolbox. It's specifically for Etsy sellers, but it can be used for online stores such as Shopify as well, because it's got brand inspiration, and it also includes Canva templates that you can use to create your images for your products as well. So I would highly recommend going and checking that out if you need inspiration to create your branding. You can do so by clicking this link here or clicking on this image here. The next step is creating your logo. So you want to design your logo inside of Canva using the 1000 pixel by 500 pixel dimensions. You want to ensure that you're saving this as a PNG with a transparent background. Next, you want to collect high quality professional looking stock photography to add to your website. I use and recommend hot stock, or you can create your own branded graphics using Canva. Okay, there's a link there to go check out hot stock if you need those professional branded images. The next step is you want to select your theme. Now in the tutorial, I'm going to be using what's called the Dawn theme, but you can use any theme you like. I just like using this Dawn theme. I feel like it's just a well-rounded theme that you can use for digital products. So that's what we're going to be using in this tutorial. Then you want to start customizing your theme by uploading your logo, changing the site colors, changing up your fonts, uploading your stock photography, and adding in your website copy. Again, just an area there for notes. And then in part 4 is where you're going to open up your shop. So the steps here are to launch your online store, begin driving traffic to your online store by marketing your product and shop online. And then here is a list of ideas on how you can go ahead and do that. In this tutorial specifically, we're not going to go through all of these steps in step 4. I'm more concentrating on how you can get your Shopify started and ready to go and launched. And then you can go ahead and work on how you're going to market your online store. Okay. Again, I've got some notes here. And that's the end of the guidebook. So go ahead and download that guidebook, and then let's go ahead and get started with today's tutorial. Okay, so if we're going to follow the guidebook here, we just want to go to step 1, so part 1. So we want to decide on what digital products you want to sell. Now, I have recently opened up a brand new Etsy shop that sells tools and resources for Etsy sellers. And one of the products that I sell is actually an Etsy digital planner, and it helps people set up and launch a successful Etsy shop. So I'm going to be using that product today as an example. But like I mentioned, if you already have an Etsy shop that sells digital products, you can go ahead and import those products into your online store. So just have a think about that. And again, don't forget, I've got these resources here for you. Okay, so what we want to do first is we want to follow these steps here. So what I've done personally is I've created a Google Doc where I have got a spot for my descriptive title, my product description. I have included just some thumbnail images of what I'm going to be included inside the product. I have got the price set and the collection as well. And also I've noted what deliverables I need. So let's go ahead and jump on into this document now so you can see how I've done mine. So here in my Google Doc, let me just go ahead and show you the product first. So this is my Etsy shop. It's the Etsy Sellers Club here. And this is the product that I'm going to be doing this example with today. So it's an Etsy Sellers Digital Planner. So all I've done is I've got my product title here. Now you want to keep this short and sweet, I guess. Unlike when doing your titles in Etsy, where you want to keep it really long and include all your keywords. Here on your Shopify store, you want to keep it nice and clean and short. So I've just got Etsy Seller Digital Planner, and then I've got the color of it. Okay, so here is my product description, which I've just copied and pasted directly from my Etsy shop. And I have just edited a little bit of it so that it's going to read well in my online store. Okay, so you want to include a little bit of information just to introduce the product. You want to include what's inside the product, especially when you're selling digital products. You want to be as descriptive as possible. I've got what the customer will receive when they purchase, how they're going to access the planner, and then any other details just below here. Okay, so here are just 5 images that I would like to add to my product listing. I've got the price here. I have got an idea of what my collection will be. So I'm thinking it's going to be under Etsy planners, and then the deliverables that I would like to include, which I've already created. Okay, so just do that for your own products. That way you are ready to go as soon as you open up your Etsy shop. Okay, in the next step is where we will get started with our Shopify store. Okay, so in part 2 is where we are going to set up our Shopify store. So what you want to do is you want to just go ahead and click where it says click here to get your 14-day free trial, or you can access your 14-day free trial by clicking the link in the description box below. So go ahead and click that and we'll get started with opening up our brand new Shopify store. So once you click that link, this is what you're going to be displayed with. Now, all you need to do to get started is just go ahead and enter your email address. It doesn't matter what email address you select here. You can use your personal one, but if you can, try and use a email address that's linked to your online store name, or something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. and then just go ahead and click Start Free Trial. In the next screen, you just want to enter in a password and then just go ahead and name your store. Okay, so for this example, I've just gone the Etsy Sellers Club, and I'm just going to go create your store, and Shopify will start doing its magic. Now we're going to need to fill in some details about ourselves. So go ahead and just go through each step here by filling out as best as you can each section. Here is where you're going to enter in some personal details. I'll go ahead and do that now. And then just like that, our Shopify account is ready to go. Now we can start setting up our online store and then go ahead and customize as well. Okay, so let me briefly go ahead and describe a couple of the different sections here for you so you know your way around the dashboard and you can navigate it easily. So to the left here, we've got our main navigation for our dashboard. So we've got the home area where it's going to give you any information that Shopify feels like they need to just address with you as a beginner. It's got a lot of helpful information here and helpful resources, videos, articles that you can go check out to really get to know Shopify better. The next tab is the orders tab. So when orders come in, this is where they are going to come up. The next tab is the products tab, which we'll be using quite frequently. So here is where all of your products are going to live. This is where you can access them, edit them, change them, delete them, and do a whole other range of different things. The next is customers. So this is where all the details of your customers will live. Analytics is where you can get an overview of all the analytics for your online store, which goes into great detail, which is fantastic. The next tab is the marketing tab. Personally, I don't use this one, but it might be worth having a look into if you are interested in just furthering or up-leveling your marketing for your online store. We've also got an area where you can create discount codes or automatic discounts, which is fantastic. And then an area where you will be uploading apps. Now you will see me using an app in this tutorial, but I'll go through that as we progress during this video. Okay. Now just below that is your sales channel, and essentially this is where you can start customizing your online store. So the when you click on online store, it's going to open up themes. So this is where you can choose and edit and customize or change out your themes. You can add blog posts, different pages. You can edit your navigation. You can go ahead and select or connect your domain and any other preferences. Just below that, we've got our settings tab as well. So we'll run through the settings tab as well today. Okay, now let's go ahead back to our guidebook to see what the next step is in opening up our online store. So as you can see here, the next step is you want to start adding all of your products to your online store. In this example, I'm just going to be showing you how to do the one product, but for your own online store, what you want to do is you want to make sure you've got all those details ready to go like we created in that Google document. That way it makes it easier for you to start adding in all the products you would like to sell in your online store. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can do that. So back on your dashboard, what you want to do is you want to go to the products tab and you want to start adding products. So just go to add product. So as you can see, you are going to want to add in a title, a description. You want to add in your images here. You want to include your pricing. It's got some inventory details here, but really this doesn't really apply for us as digital sellers, so we won't need to worry about that. Again, we're not going to have to worry about shipping, variants, and this is where we'll get a preview of what it'll look on search engines such as Google. To the right hand side here, we've got some information. So product status, is it a draft or have you made it an active product? We've got different information here. So who's the vendor? I just like to add myself as the vendor. What's the product type? Here is where you're going to add in your collections once we've created them, so you can select them here. We've also got an area where you can add in tags for your products, and then the online store, the default template, which will be changing in a future step of this video. So all you need to do is go ahead and go to your product details and start copying, pasting all of your information. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So to add in any of your images, you can either add files by clicking, or you can go ahead and drop those files straight in to this square right here. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so those are the 5 images that I've decided to go with. So these are literally the exact images that I've used for my Etsy shop. So instead of doubling up on all that work, I'm just repurposing the media or the images and graphics that I've already created for my Etsy shop and just importing them straight into Shopify. So if you do have an Etsy shop, the process is quite easy, and even easier if you go ahead and just import and upload all of your Etsy listings directly from Etsy itself. Okay, here is where we're going to add our pricing. So I put $15 here. So this is going to be set in the currency that you currently have your settings listed as. For me, this is Australian dollars, but you can change this in the settings section here. Tick whether or not you want to add tax to the product, whether or not you want to track the quantity. I'm just going to untick that. Here where it says this is a physical product, untick that because this is not a physical product, and then we won't need to worry about the rest here. Okay, in the top here where it says product status, you can go to active on that one. The vendor, no need to really worry about that. The product type, I'm not going to worry about that too much now, but it says here that improve your buyer's discoverability, analytics, and workflows by selecting a product type. So perhaps if that's something that you want to look further into, you can go ahead and do that. For today's tutorial, I'll just leave that as is. Collections, we'll sort that out later because we haven't created a collection as yet, so we can't select one. And then any tags. So I'm just going to put here Etsy seller planner as one of my tags. Okay. And then all you need to do is just go ahead and save. Okay, fantastic. So it's just said here, congratulations, you've added your first product. Well done. So the next step in our guidebook is that we want to create our collections. So to do that, all we want to do is go to where it says collections here and click on that button. And here is where we're going to start creating different categories, I guess, or sections that people can use to better find the products that you're selling. So to create a collection, all you need to do is go to create a collection in the top here. Let's go ahead and title this one. So Etsy planners. And you don't need to worry about anything else here. The collection type, now I'm going to go manual on this one. So I'm going to select each product manually, but you can actually set up automated collections where any future products that you import or that you add into your Shopify store, if they match a condition that you set, it'll automatically be added to that collection. So for example, if a product tag is equal to, I think it was Etsy seller planner. So if any of the tags include Etsy seller planner, you can go ahead and then automatically add that to the collection. Okay, but for today's example, let's just go ahead to manual and then I'll show you how you can manually add that product to the collection. So just go manual on that. If you like, you can add a collection image. I wouldn't worry about that too much. And then just go ahead and go to save. And then that is how easy it is to create a collection for your online store. Okay, so now let's go back to products. Now here we've got our very first product that we've listed. It's got the product title here, the image, the status, whether or not it's active or at a draft, and then some other details here. So let's go back into this so we can edit it and then add it to our collection. So here where it's got collections, let's go to Etsy planners. So now that's going to come up as an option. And we'll leave it as a home page as well. Okay. And then just go save. And then that is how you create collections. Now you're probably thinking, Alicia, that's all well and good. We've got, details of our product. We've got the description, the title, the price. We've uploaded our images. We've added a collection, so on and so forth. But how is the customer actually going to get the digital download? Well, that's a great question. And this is actually something that you need to do by adding in a third-party app to your online store. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how you can actually add this app to your online store or to your Shopify account. So that way when somebody does purchase this item, so this Etsy Seller Digital Planner, they will actually receive the digital product itself, okay? So that's kind of where it differs from Etsy. So in Etsy, when you are creating creating the listing, you can automatically upload your digital products to the Etsy listing itself. But here in Shopify, we have to do it a little bit differently. We have to take that extra step. Okay, so to do that, what we want to do is we want to go to the apps section here. So go ahead and click on apps. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go to where it says view more apps in this collection, so we can start searching for the actual app that we are going to need in order to sell digital products. Okay, so it's going to open up a brand new tab, and then here is where you can search for all of the different apps that Shopify and other third-party providers have created and offer for Shopify. So all you need to do is go to the search bar at the top here, and you want to search for digital download. Click on that, and then it's going to give you a range of different apps that you can use. Now, the one that I have used previously is this one here. I find it works fine. So we've got digital downloads, and it's by Shopify, which is really good because you know that it's always going to be a free app. You're not going to have to pay for it. And there, it's less risky bugs or developer issues with it. Okay. So let's go ahead and all you need to do is go ahead and click on that. And then go add app, and then it's going to add this app to your online store. So it's going to confirm you are about to install digital downloads. So just go ahead and make sure that you're happy with that, and then just go install app. Okay, so once that's done, you can go ahead and click out of this window, go back to Shopify, and then we want to just refresh this page here. And then hopefully it'll show us that we have got our digital downloads app ready to go. So now when we go back to our products, so let's go back to products. Let's go back to our example here. You're going to notice something a little bit different. So now in this top right-hand corner, you're going to see duplicate, preview, more actions. Now in this more actions, you want to click the down button here, and then it's going to give us the option to add a digital attachment. Now this wasn't on this screen previously, so now that we have added that app, it's now giving us the option to add in our digital products. So let's go ahead and add digital attachment, and this is where we are going to upload our products or our digital items to this product. So to do that, it's really quite easy. All you need to do is go to upload file. Now the only issue, I guess, with this app, the digital downloads app, is that you can only add one file per product. Now, in most cases, you might have digital products that have multiple files. So for example, for this product, the digital planner, I have the actual PDF of the digital planner itself, but then I also have a thank you and instruction guide or manual that goes along with it. So what I would recommend doing is adding these documents, these PDF documents, into a zip file, and then you can go ahead and upload this single zip file to this product. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Just go ahead and upload file, and it's going to open up your documents. And once you have clicked on that file, it's just going to start uploading it to your product. Fantastic. So now let's go ahead back to the guidebook to see what the next step in our tutorial is for today. So we've uploaded our products, we've included all the details, we've set up our collections. So the next steps are to go to the settings and select your paid plan. We're going to disable our password, and then we're also going to look at our custom domain. Okay, so let's go ahead back to our Shopify dashboard. Now, the reason why I say to select a paid plan here today within your trial is because in order to access, view, and even start marketing your online store, you will need to choose and select a paid plan going forward. Now, this is not going to disrupt your 14-day free trial, and you're more than welcome to cancel beforehand if you feel like it's not right for you. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But here, all you need to do is you need to go to the settings area here. And then what I would recommend also while you are here is just go through all of these different sections to update any details, billing details, payment details, if you need to add in your taxes, your store languages, etc., etc. But I will let you go through that in your own time. But for today, all you need to do is go to where it says plan here, and it's got current plan trial. Click on that one. And then what we want to do is we want to choose plan. And then Shopify are going to give you a range of different options in order to get you started with your online store. The one that I would recommend and the one that I have used is just the basic Shopify plan. So as you can see here, it's US $29 per month. And like I mentioned, you won't be billed until the 14 days is over. And you're more than welcome to cancel it if you wish. So all you need to do is go ahead and choose the plan. And then it's going to give you different options where you can also save. So if you wanted to, you could do 3 years, 2 years, yearly. So depending on which one you use here is going to give you different discounts based on which one you choose. Or you can go ahead and just check monthly. Go ahead and add in either your credit card details or your PayPal details, and then go ahead and confirm. I'll go ahead and add in my details now, so that way we can see what the next step is, okay? And just like that, we have set up our paid plan. Now, the next step is we want to disable the password on our Shopify store so that when we have finished customizing it, we can actually start marketing it, and also so that way customers can actually access it, okay? So to do that, all you need to do is go to where it says online store. And then it's going to, by default, go to the theme section. And here we've got this notification. So online store is password protected. Only visitors with a password can access your online store. Let's go ahead and click the disable password. And then it's going to give us this section here. Let's go to untick with the enable password and then just go to save. Now we and anyone else can actually access our online store. Now, the next step is connecting or creating a brand new domain for our online store. To do that, all you need to do is go to domains here in the sales channel tab. And then as you can see here, currently, our online store is the Etsy sellersclub.myshopify.com. In order to build trust and have a professional online store, you really do want to have your own domain connected. Preferences are that you can have a .com website. So instead of it saying the Etsy sellersclub.myshopify.com, I would like it to say the Etsy sellersclub.com. Right? If you can't get .com, you can use something like .shop or .net or .co. But if you can get that .com, it would be really, really good. Now, there's a couple of different options here. If you already have a domain, you can connect an existing domain by going to connect existing domain. You can transfer a domain. So if you are using a domain somewhere else, you can transfer it, or you can go ahead and buy a new domain. So if you're brand new, just go buy new domain and then type in your domain here. So the Etsy Sellers Club, and then it's going to let you know whether or not that's available. So yes, it is, and it is actually available in .com. And then all you would do is you would go buy. It's relatively cheap. It's only $14 US per year. And Shopify just make it so easy for you to create that professional online store. Okay, I'm not going to go ahead and do that now as this is an example store, but that's how you would go about doing it. Okay, fantastic. So we've selected our plan, we have disabled our password, and we have also gone through how you can get your custom domain. So that is all for part 2 of this tutorial where we are setting up our online store. In the next step, we are going to start customizing our online store, which is really exciting. This is the fun part. Okay, I will see you in the next step. Part 3, this is where we're going to start customizing our online store to get it, looking the way we like, to get it to match our branding, and so that it creates a really great experience for our customers, so that it will hopefully in turn get them to actually convert and purchase your products. So the very first thing you want to do in part 3 for your customization is you want to make sure that you have your branding ready to go. You want to make sure that you've got a logo that you can upload. You want to make sure that you've got some branding colors that you would like to include inside of your online store, and you also want to make sure that you've got some stock photography or some images or graphics that you can insert into your online store. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this tutorial, There is a resource that I have actually created. It's called the Canva Template Toolbox. Inside the toolbox, you'll find 5 different pre-made brands. It has been created for Etsy sellers, but Shopify sellers can use it too. You just might need to alter some of the graphic sizes. But essentially, if you are looking for some help in this area, I would highly suggest going and checking that out. Now, I'm going to pop over to Canva now, and I'm going to show you what I have created for my logo, and then also what I'm going to do to grab some colors from my branding and insert them into my Shopify store. So let's go ahead over to Canva now. So all I did is I created a brand new template, and the dimensions were 1000 pixels by 500 pixels. And then I went ahead and imported my own logo. And these are some of the colors that I've used inside my branding. So across all of my brands, so my personal brand and my business brand, these are the colors that I always use. And just below that, what I've done is I've actually selected some of the colors, or all of the colors that I use inside my brand. And what we'll be doing is we'll be actually getting some of these colors, so the hex codes for these colors, and then importing them into our design. Another thing that you want to think about too is you want to think about what kind of graphics, images, stock photography that you would like to include inside of your online store. So just have a think about that, but don't stress too much about this, because these things can always be changed as you go on. You just want to have, 1 or 2 images that you would like to use. Okay, so let's hop on over back to Shopify now, where we will select our theme for our online store. We'll upload it, and then we'll start customizing it with all of these assets that we have created. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Shopify. Now, in order to select our theme, what we need to do is we need to go to where it says Sales Channels, click on Online Store, and it's going to open up a sub menu. And then by default, it's going to take us to the theme section. Now, by default, you're always going to be given the debut theme. But for this tutorial, I'm actually suggesting to use what's called the Dawn theme. Now, this is a free theme by Shopify, so you don't have to pay any additional fees for this theme. So all you need to do is go to where it says free themes and go explore free themes. It's going to open up a new tab where you can go ahead and start browsing all the different themes that are available through Shopify for free, or whether or not you would like to go that one step further and select a paid theme. As a beginner, I would suggest just starting off with a free theme, and you can always upgrade to a paid theme later. So like I mentioned, we're going to be using the Dawn theme. So just go ahead and click on Dawn. If you like, you can go ahead and demo the store by clicking View Demo Store. And you can also select a certain preset. I'm going to be using the default theme, but you can also select what's called the craft theme too, which is just slightly different. Similar setup, but just visually it's just a little bit different. Okay, let's go ahead and click default, and then let's go to try theme. Then it's going to add the Dawn theme to our online store themes. And it's just going to have this little information section here that says adding Dawn. Then when that's successful, it's going to say you successfully added Dawn. Now, before we go to customize theme, what we want to make sure is that we're adding this theme to our online store. So to do that, let's go to actions. And what we want to do is we want to go to publish. That way we're changing from the debut theme to the Dawn theme. Okay, so let's just go publish on that. And now if we scroll up, we're going to see now our live theme is the Dawn theme. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go and start the most exciting part of this tutorial, and that is customizing our online store. So to do that, all you need to do is just go to Customize. So once you click Customize, you're going to be presented with a brand new view or a brand new area within Shopify. So instead of being on the dashboard like we have been for most of this tutorial, now we're actually in the area where we can start customizing our online store. I'm just going to run through a few things here with you so you get yourself familiar with this section. So first is on the left-hand side, you're going to have your navigation area. This is where you can access different sections or areas within your online store so that you can start editing and customizing. So we've got our announcement bar at the top, which is this here. We've got a header, which is here. We've got our image banner, which is here. So this will be filled with one of your stock images or your graphics that you're going to create. Here is some information here that can be updated just by clicking on these different areas here. Here's some rich text. So here where it says rich text, here is our products. So if you had followed step by step and you have uploaded your products to your Shopify store, you're going to see them populate right here, which is kind of cool. That's why I wanted to go through that step first so that we could start seeing them appear within our online store. Just below that, we've got a collage that you can create. You can add in video if you like. So if you have a YouTube video, you can connect your YouTube videos to your online store, which is really great. We've got the multi-column here, so you can add in additional information with buttons, and then we've got our footer here. And you can edit all of these sections just by clicking on each section here. Now, before you go ahead and start editing your online store, I would suggest thinking about the copy that you would like to include within your online store. So for example, here where it's got this dummy text, you want to make sure that you've got that ready to go. So similar like to what you did for your product details, I would suggest opening up a Google Doc or a Word doc and then just drafting out all the things, all the copy that you would like to include in your online store. So that way you're not getting stuck every time you need to add in some details or some copy or some information about your products or your online store. Okay, so just keep that in mind before you actually start designing your online store. Okay, now before we edit any of this information here on our online store and start customizing, let's go ahead and just update our theme settings. This will make customizing our online store a lot easier. So go to theme settings at the bottom, and here is where we're going to update our colors, our typography, we're going to include any social media platforms that we would like to include. You can also add in a favicon and things like that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and work our way down, and I'll just let you know the most important areas you want to concentrate on. So the first one here is colors. So let's go to colors, and really what you want to think about is selecting maybe 1 or 2 accent colors that you can use in your online store, and then obviously you're going to have your black and your white. Okay, so let's go back to my logo here, and I've got these colors here. So I think for my online store, I'm going to probably pick maybe this purple and perhaps this blue. So these two are going to be my accent colors for my online store. So what I want to do is I want to just get the hex code for, let's say, this blue. So I can do that by just copying this. Let's go back to our Shopify store, and then where it's got accent 1, let's go ahead and change that by clicking on it. And then here where it's got the hex code, we just want to add in that number like so. Fantastic. And it's going to add in that color. And then for accent 2, let's go ahead and grab that purple color. Paste that in. Fantastic. So now we've got our solid button color, so our primary color. We've got our accent color and 1, so our accent color 1, and then our accent color 2. And I guess that is really all you would want to change, unless you'd like to change your background color. So I actually use like an off-white color in a lot of my branding, so perhaps I'll go ahead and grab that. Fantastic. Okay, so that's pretty much it for your colors. Have a play around with it. You might want to change some of these gradient colors or these secondary colors if you like. Perhaps you don't use a black, maybe you use like a charcoal color. It's all about trying things out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, because everything can be changed going forward. Okay, the next is typography. Although Shopify give you a whole range of different fonts that you can use within your online store, unfortunately for a lot of the free themes that you get with Shopify, you are limited to what you can use. So what I mean is that you can't upload your own fonts to Shopify or to these themes to include in your online store. So what I would suggest doing is just going ahead and checking out what typography is available, picking something similar or close to, or if not, just go for something standard and bold and neutral. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change my headings font. So you can do this by searching for the font that you like, or you can go ahead and just search by scrolling. I'm just going to go and select color for my font. You can also change it to regular italic, bold, or bold italic. I might go bold on that because this is my title text. So go select. And then for the body, I'm going to select color, but just the regular. So go to change, pin color here. There we go, color, and then in regular, and then go select. Okay, fantastic. So that's the fonts or the typography. Styles, let's not worry about. Layout, you don't have to worry about. Social media, I'm just going to show you what you can do here. So you can actually set your social media accounts just by adding in the URL code. So if you have Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, Snapchat, YouTube, or Vimeo. So you can add all of those and they actually appear on the footer of your online store. So I would highly recommend doing that if you have any of your social media accounts for your business. So here where it's got favicon, this is the tiny little icon that appears on the tabs of a browser. So for example, here we've got this favicon, we've got the Etsy favicon here as an example, the Shopify and the Canva. So you can actually create your own favicon by just creating a 32 pixel by 32 pixel image. You can do that in Canva and then upload it just by going to select image. I'm just going to leave that as blank for now, but that's how you would update your favicon. Currency format, let's not worry about that. Checkout, you can actually edit the checkout section of Shopify. So if you wanted to include a background image or your logo, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave that for now. Okay. And then once you're happy with all of that, let's just go to save. You want to make it a good habit to save all of your work as you go. Fantastic. So those changes have been saved. Now let's go back to theme settings where we'll start updating our online store. So here for the announcement bar, you can change that by just clicking the arrow. And then here where it's got welcome to our store, you can just click on that and then go ahead and change the text. So you could write welcome to the Etsy Sellers Club. You could put something like click here. Whoops. Click here for 30% off. Okay, so you could do something like that. And then you can actually include a link to that header. Or you could add something like add code save 20 for 20% off at checkout. Okay, so you can be as creative as you like. Very cool. Now you can actually change the color scheme. So the background color, you can have background 1, background 2. So that is that off-white color that I added in. You could add in your accent color 1 or your accent color 2. Let's go the purple. That's kind of funky. I like that. Okay, so let's go back. So that's how you edit your announcement bar. Now let's go to header. So by default, it's going to add a text for your logo, but we want to add in our own personalized logo that we have created. So to do that, all you would do is you would save your logo as a PNG file, preferably with a transparent background, and then go ahead and select the image when you are ready and have uploaded that. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So once you have uploaded your logo, you just want to select it by making sure that the check mark is on and then go select. Now you're going to notice that it's really quite small here on the screen, but you can actually edit that by just going to here where it says custom logo width and then just increasing that, then letting go, increasing, letting go to get it to exactly where you like. Increasing it. Letting it go. I might go all the way to 250. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm happy with that. You can also adjust the position. So let's say you wanted this logo to be in the middle. You can do that by going to here. So where it says logo positions, just go to top center and then it's going to have your logo right here. Fantastic. So yeah, just have a play around with that, see what you like. All the other stuff you can leave as is or you can edit it. It's completely up to you and your preferences. Okay, when you're happy with that, just go to save. Okay, let's go back. So we've updated our announcement bar and our header. Now let's go ahead and change this image here. So here it's got image banner. Let's go ahead and click on that. And it's going to give you the option to either have one image here, or you can split this directly in half and have two separate images. For this, I'm just going to go with the one image. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the premium stock photography images from Hot Stock, but go ahead and use any free stock images that you like, any premium, or even a graphic that you have created in, let's say, Canva. Okay, so to do that, go select image, go to upload, and then upload your image. Fantastic. So I've just uploaded my image. I'm going to go select to select that. And then let's go back to edit this information here. So here where it's got talk about your brand, so that's this information here. Let's go and edit that. Welcome to the Etsy Sellers Club. Now you can change the font size here to medium or large. I'm going to leave it as medium. Let's go back. And then let's go ahead and change this button here. So you can change the label. So you could do shop all products, something like that. And then here is where you're going to link your button to a certain area within your online store. For now, we've only got our products, so all of our products, and then we've also got collections set up. As you progress, you'll want to add in pages, so you could do different pages that have different products on those pages. You could have certain pages that link to places like your an about page or a contact page. You can also link buttons to blogs or certain blog posts, and also your policies. For now, let's just go to products and all products as an example. Now you can change the button style by just clicking here. So you can have it as an outline, or you can have it as a filled in color. Again, you can also add in second buttons and links to those buttons if you were to split your banner in half and then have the two different images. Okay, fantastic. Let's go back and let's go save. So we're saving as we go. Now, as you can see, this text area here is quite low. I'd like it to actually be centered to the page. So if I go back to where it's got image banner, and we scroll down, see how it's got desktop text position? Let's go change that to center. That's better. I think that looks a little bit better. Fantastic. All right, we'll go save again on that one. And let's continue with the remainder of our online store. So specifically our homepage here. So here where it's got rich text, again, just by clicking on it, you can go ahead and change the background. You can also make it section full width or not. I'm going to leave it as is. Here is where you would actually start editing the text. So you could edit the title here, and then you can also edit the information just below. Again, you've got a button with the label. You can change that by just clicking on button. Here, shop collections or something. You can add the link to go to a certain collection within your store. So we created the Etsy planners collection. So we could do maybe we'll put here shop the planner collection, for example. Okay. Let's maybe just for example purposes, let's go the use outline button style. There we go. So that's how you can change that quite easily. Let's go back. The next section is your featured products. So here, if we scroll down, that is just this section here. Now, I just thought I would mention, if you want to hide any of these sections, so let's say you didn't want to add your featured products to your homepage, you can easily do that just by clicking, see this I button here? If you click that, it'll hide it for you. So instead of deleting it completely, you can just hide it. So if you ever want to come back to it and add it, you can easily do so. So let's go ahead and unhide that. Fantastic. Now, multimedia collection or multimedia collage, again, very similar. So let's say you don't have a YouTube video or you don't want to present any videos, no problems. Just go ahead and hide that and it will hide it from your collage. Okay. So again, everything's editable just by go ahead and clicking. So instead of putting multimedia collage here, you could add in a title that said, maybe you could put like some of our newest products. Whoops. so you can really have fun with this. You can change the details here, but I'm just going to leave it as is. You can add in a certain product here. So let's say we wanted to add in the product that the only product that we've got here. So the Etsy Seller Digital Planner, and then bam, it's as easy as that. Let's go select on that. Let's go back. And then here is where you can edit this section here. So the collection, so you can select certain collections. Let's go Etsy planners and go select. Now, obviously everything's going to look very repetitive here because I've only, number one, got one product as an example, and I've only made one collection as an example. Okay, but this is just obviously a quick tutorial for you today. Yeah, once you start adding in more products, you've got so much more flexibility and so much more freedom to share and show different things within your online store. Okay, let's go to save on that. Just saving as we're going. Just below there, we've got another option for video. Again, I'm just going to hide that because we don't have a video today. And then here is where you would edit all of these different columns. I would always just go ahead and edit the title. So you can do that by clicking where it says multi-column. The heading, let's say we want features of our products or something, and then let's go back, and then for each different column you could add in different headings and different paragraphs here to highlight some of the products that you've got. Just below that you've also got a button, so we can edit that by going back to multi-column here, the button label, so you could do shop now, and then the link, let's go to products, and then all products. And then go save. Okay, let's go back. And the very last section that you want to edit is your footer. So here you can add in a title here. So instead of it saying quick links, you could just have all pages or something. And then you could go ahead and add in all of the different pages, like a menu bar here. Here is another heading. So let's say you wanted people to join your email list. You could say, so for example, let's go heading, join our newsletter for 10% off your first order. You can have so much fun and just so much customization, and you can have a real play around with it, and you can test things too. Like if something's not quite working, you can change it and edit it. But there's just so much flexibility and freedom when you are creating an online store with Shopify, which I love. Okay, let's go save. And the beautiful thing is that as you are updating things here on the left-hand side within this column, you're going to see them automatically appear here. So you know exactly how it's going to look as you are updating your online store, which is fantastic. So yeah, that is how you would customize your online store. So let's go ahead now back to our Shopify dashboard to actually go ahead and view what we have created here today. So to do that, all you need to do is just go to this exit button here. Make sure that you have saved by clicking the button here to the right, and then just go back to Shopify, and then it's going to give you details. So our last save was 1 minute ago, which is fantastic. If you ever need to customize your online store, again, it's so easy. All you need to do is just go to the customize button and you'll be brought back to that area where you can actually customize your online store. Now let's go ahead and view what we have created. And that's so simple. All you need to do is you either need to, number one, go to the URL that you have created. So the custom domain name that you have purchased or uploaded or entered into your online store, or you can go ahead and just click the I button here next to where it says online store, or alternatively just at the top here where it says view your online store. So let's go ahead and click that, and it's going to open up a brand new tab. And then here is our brand new online store that we have created. We've got our banner at the top, so our header here, our banner with our logo. We've got our menu here, which you can actually edit within Shopify. We've got our banner image, a little notification to say welcome to the Etsy Sellers Club, button here that will link to all of our products. So if we go ahead and click on that now, it's going to take us to the products page. So this is where all of our products will live. Let's go back now. Okay, so we've got this information here which you can update. One of our featured products. some of our newest products. Obviously, these would be updated with the different products that you've created. We've got these columns here and then our footer at the bottom here. Now, if you want to have a look to see what your product listing looks like, so your product page, all you need to do is just go ahead and click on one of your products. And then here is what you are going to be shown, or what your customer will see once they click on one of your products. So it's going to give you the title here, the price, the quantity. Now you can actually change this so that it doesn't appear. For a lot of digital products, you don't actually want to give a person an option to buy multiple of them because it's a digital product. And once they purchase it, they can obviously use it or download it as many times as they want. So I would just recommend getting rid of that. I'll show you how to do that in just a second, but I'll just show you this product page. So here is our our description. And then here are all of our beautiful imagery that we have created. Keep scrolling down, and then it's got our footer at the bottom. The beautiful thing about this theme is that as you start uploading more and more products and adding them into different categories or creating different tags, Shopify will understand what products go with what, and they'll actually recommend your products or other products that you have in your online store just below here, below the description, which is really cool. So if somebody likes this, they might actually like this perhaps in a different color. And so Shopify will actually suggest that to your customers, which is great. So instead of on like Etsy, for example, where Etsy actually promotes other products from other Etsy sellers, here within your own online store, it's all yours. It's all your products. It's all your information. And once you've got them on your online store and they're, eager to buy, they're not going to be distracted by other Etsy sellers. Okay, so that's a benefit of having an online store. All right, let me just quickly show you how you can edit, this entire product page. Okay, so let's go back to Shopify. We want to go back to where we've got Customise here. And here at the top is where you can start accessing and editing different pages within your online store. So here where it's got homepage, just click down and you have the option to select different pages within your online store. So let's say you want to go to collections, but I want to go to products specifically. So go to products and then go to default product. And then it's going to open up one of your products. This is where you can have a little bit more fun customizing. So again, you can change the announcement bar, the header, and all of this information here. So let's say you wanted to get rid of the quantity here. All you would do is just go to where it says quantity selector and then just click the I button, and then it's going to hide it for us. Perfect. Let's say you wanted to add or edit any of the details. You can do so just by clicking on any of these details here. The description, the price, the text, the title, this text here. You can do all of that right here. See, and like I mentioned, the product recommendations. So you can actually edit the products that you would like Shopify to recommend just by clicking on that button. So it's going to say, you might also like, or I would recommend you check out. You can actually change that. And then some details here. So do you want to show the image or not, etc. Okay, so that's how you would edit that. And then just go save. So now if we go back to our online store, we've got the quantity here, but if I refresh, hopefully that should disappear. Fantastic. It's as easy as that. Okay, so let's go ahead back to our Shopify guidebook just to make sure that we've got everything ticked off for this step of the tutorial. So we created our branding, we created our logo, we added in our professional imaging or premium imaging, we selected and edited our theme. Fantastic. So again, you've just got some information, some space where you can add in some notes. Okay, so part 4. So part 4 is where you're going to open up your online store. So by default, when you have selected your Shopify plan, you are technically open for business. So anybody that goes to that URL, your domain, they will be able to go to your online store and actually make a purchase. So technically, once you've gotten to this step of this tutorial, you are officially launched. Congratulations, you've got your online store up and ready for buyers to start purchasing. Marketing your online store is a completely different ballgame. That's a whole tutorial in itself. But like I mentioned, here within this guidebook, I've got a few ideas of how you can actually market your online store to start getting traffic and buyers. So just go ahead, have a look over this guidebook for some ideas and start promoting your online store.
Okay, so there we go, friends. There is my step-by-step, the A to Z process on how you can get signed up with Shopify and then open up your online store selling digital products. How exciting. Now, if you have any questions regarding this tutorial or any other questions in reference to Shopify, I will try my best to answer them, so just leave your questions in the comment section below. I'm definitely not an expert when it comes to Shopify, but I've opened up and I use and recommend Shopify myself, and I've had enough experience to know a couple of things here and there, okay? Now, don't forget to go ahead and grab that guidebook. It's waiting for you in the description box below. Okay, I wish you all the very best, and I can't wait to hear all about your brand new online store. Okay, I will catch you next time, friends. Bye-bye.